In my preamble that Celtic won't take them lightly, neither will I as a commentator, because the last time they were here and we did a game, I said something to the effect that they might as well just go home, they hadn't a chance, and they ended up getting a 2-2 draw, and that's not a bad achievement against Celtic at Parkhead. That's McClelland on that far side. A lot of experience in McClelland. If you have a close look at him there he is. Played for both Aberdeen and Motherwell. Over the linesman had his flag up. Nice touch of red from the linesman and the seats in the background. We need it on a very dreich day. Teams come to Parkhead in this category have been lowly in the league and find themselves pushed back into defensive positions. Would not at all surprise me to see a lot of Celtic possession in and around the Dundee penalty area. Well, that's a good looking ball and Ferguson's got a chance. Straight run at the goalkeeper and it's all the way to the side. There was no deflection and the youngster knocked to the side, but that was a very good break. Now what mattered there was positioning. Celtic were pressing them back and then the quick breakthrough and a good run by Ferguson. Kept his head down and then I think he twisted himself as he tried a shot and wide it went. Picked up neatly by Barr. Takes his time and then really a very bad ball forward. Modena McLeod wants to touch back. Good 1-2. Look at the driving forward. He might just make a shot at goal himself. He does. It was always on for Modena McLeod to make up his mind that it was going to be a solo from beginning, middle and end. Right off the back of the head of McAdam. Five minutes of the game gone. McCluskey fouled, I would have thought. Player going right across him diagonally. There is McCluskey. Well, the free kick surely wasn't there. That's very odd. That was not taken where the offence was committed. I think Roy Aitken realises that. It's taken very hastily, but there's Danny McGray. That's the McGarvey ton. Familiar sight. Robin. The packed penalty area. It's a far post. Boom! Almost getting the touch. That's a goal kick. Touched neatly there by Mackey and in by Cameron. Barr takes his eye right off of that, but it looked as if Dundee might just build up a concerted move, stringing some passes together for the first time. Modena McLeod, McCluskey, Conroy slack with that. Conroy playing in the role that Dom Sullivan would fill for Celtic, operating in midfield and down the right side mostly. Neatly taken up by Ferguson. Has a good understanding with not quite coming off for him. Nevertheless, it looked very nippy. Danny McGray. I like that pass. Showed his old sharpness. That's a good ball to Tommy Bunce. Can he get the touch? He does. Well, the two men have just returned to Parkhead after a lie-off. There they were, back in action. The move started by McGray. As I said, his initial run forward looked very sharp. And then very casually looking up, and that good diagonal run by Bunce, picking it up and falls for a corner. It's McGarvey. So So far he's been doing this successfully, turning like that. Well, it's a good ball across. And even when McDonald had to come in and supplement the defence there, there were two men beside him, he still contrived to swing that across. Up comes McGarvey. That was a good run forward. The chip, the far post, and that was one of McCannon rather, up above everybody else. Easily picked up by McClelland. That was much too obvious from Cammy Fraser. There's a good run. McCluskey drives. Sinclair getting the touch, and Danny McGarvey, without watching even, just swept it away. 15 minutes of the first half remaining. And this game is in a kind of morass at the moment, gluey stage. There's nothing happening. There's sticking in midfield. It might break here. That's a better ball. Bringing us all alive. Nice, neat ball there. Cleverly judged. But finally eluding everybody. A minute left of this first half. Back it goes to Bell. Sinclair can't turn on it. Roy Aiken very strong. The way he brought that down and drove forward. Oh, that's just touched there. Very emphatic shot there by Barr. And the kind of shot, I suppose, that with Celtic having done a lot of pressing, a lot of possession, and suddenly a shot like that can maybe catch a goalkeeper cold. But Bonner just getting the touch, and that's a corner kick practically on the half-time whistle. With the bad corner kick, and that's a high one, and Bonner from Bell. Dundee lucky to get an effort goal eventually from a corner kick. As weakly taken as that, but it happened. And here's Becky coming in, and there is a player down in the box. It's Bell. And there goes the half-time whistle. The crowd are booing. And I suppose they anticipated that Celtic at this stage against a team so lowly placed would have been well up. But in fact, McLeod showed he has the right attitude and the inclination to come forward and shoot. And certainly McGarvey's been in there as well, not only trying to score, but with that uncanny skill of his trying to set them up. And all credit to Dundee for not only playing well defensively, but breaking very well. And they've had the most spectacular shot so far with that lovely effort by Barr, which might have caught Bonner cold, but didn't. The goalkeeper rising well to it, and that means it's a blank sheet at half-time. Celtic starting the second half, and I think they want to put that first half right out of the systems. Not one of the better performances of the season. A lot of pretty football in midfield, but nothing of any great menace in the penalty area. And always on an occasion like that, Dundee coming away, breaking away, with always a possibility of notching a goal that would shock Celtic. That's what it is when you have a scoreline of nothing each. Total miscue. Italy down, Mark Reed. Tommy Burns. McGarvey. Aiken saw the square pass on, and he might let loose one. He doesn't. Tends to come back. That's a quick snap one by McGarvey. Too many players in front of him. Forest of legs. Looked like a nudge by McAdam. Play goes on though. Mackey is after that with Danny McGrain. He turned well on it, kept his eye on the ball. Quite the impressive re-entry by Danny into Premier Division football. Better, more incisive passing, good interception though. Ferguson can pick up. Back comes McLeod. Great work by McLeod. He ran back furiously at that. There goes McGarvey. Provan does the run. We've seen very little of Davy Provan in this match. Normally in the first 45 minutes the proportion of Provan runs would be very high indeed. For some reason he's had a very shy performance today. Tommy Burns. Well, Mother McLeod couldn't see anybody in front of him. Danny McGrain, that's right, and McCluskey might let fly at this. He does, and he can't get his shot in. Provan lets fly, appeals for a penalty, and away it comes. That ball bouncing about dangerously. Well, McCluskey looked as if he would have the opportunity, but that's a neatly put through ball, but offside. Well, as I was saying, McCluskey looked as if he might just get the chance. There was a gap between himself and the goal. Couldn't quite get the shot in. It brought back Provan with that very hard shot, and then it was struggled away. Some of the Celtic players saying there was a handling offence. McGarvey. That's going left and wide, beautifully swept in. Reid has to backtrack. Just a little too much on that. That's a free kick, surely. The tackle much too hard from the back. Ferguson doing it. Davy Provan taking a long run at it. Look at it. Drives it hard, is bouncing awkwardly. And that, no doubt, was the intent of Provan. Really went at it, but here's Danny McGrain. The pressure is still on. McGarvey will let fly. He does. Off the post. And oh, what a miss. Well then, let's take the sequence of that with that free kick by Provan, driven in hard. There have been too many chips being knocked back. Decided to try some ricochet of some kind of back it came. Danny McGrain picking up that ball, floated forward. A great shot off the post. And then McCluskey, a bit off balance, over the bar. Most popular tune at the moment from the Celtic supporters is Giza goal, Giza goal, Giza goal, and they get a corner. Frank McGarvey suffering slightly. Isn't there a slight limp there of McGarvey at the moment? Provan curling it near post. That's a good header. It's off. It's in. George McCluskey. McCluskey got the touch. 12 minutes of the second half gone. And all that off the short corner kick to the near post. The header backed away. And McCluskey headed it up, and it looked as if he might try and get it out from there, but it went in, had gone over the line. And McCluskey gets the credit. Mackey, you will get the throw for that. Eric Sinclair, a nice touch. He needed somebody beside him though to finish that off, push it out to him. Oh, it's a lovely ball round the outside. Away goes from Blair to Barr. That's a good ball by Barr. Ferguson picks it up. Roy Aitken goes with him. Oh, youngster did well to pick that up and push that over, with Roy Aitken breathing down his neck. That is never easy a way out in that corner to do that. Cameron putting that in. Good clearance by Danny McGrain. There's a lashing shot. That was a brilliant save. And there's still danger there. Now look at this shot from Barr. Now that was a ferocious shot and a quality one with the way it was kept down, and that was a really excellent save by Bonner. Instinctive getting down and knocking that away. Slight hesitation by Monty McLeod, and Dundee still in it. That's a chip and a weak one by Mackey. Good run there by Albert Kidd though. Dundee still fighting hard. Proven picking up deep. McGarvey. Roy Aitken. Reid is in the free. A little bit obvious. Can McCluskey work his way round? He did, but too much loft in it. Neatly pushed out there. Kidd. Still Kidd, runs into trouble though. Cameron with a great shot. Oh, what a brilliant save. That must be one of the hardest shots in at Parkhead in some time. I mean, just look at the distance he was out of goal when it broke to him. And that was well controlled, brilliantly struck, and an absolutely superb save by the keeper. Great stuff. And once again, Pat Bonner's strongly getting there. 10 minutes left. That's a nice ball through to Tommy Burns. McCluskey fumbled a little. Looked as if he were in the clear. Couldn't get any incision into his play. Conroy must hit it this time. And it's 2-0. 35.5 minutes. And that is the way Celtic traditionally retaliate when they've been on the receiving end, as they were with that superb shot and save by Bonner. With their midfield man Conroy in place of Dom Sullivan today, getting through, wriggling his wing, whereas it's looked so difficult for Celtic in the past. That shot looked simplicity itself. 2-0. Ferguson almost seemed to run that out. There's 8 minutes left and they get the corner kick. Ferguson sweeping that in. McDonald is up. Big man. That's the outside of the foot again. Ferguson controlled that well. That's a brilliant ball in. Glennie is across there, and that is a corner kick. Bobby Glennie had come up in attack. Good swinging corner kick, and Warner looks well. Very tall goalkeeper, lithe, agile, and there's a good ball to Tommy Bunds. He needs to throw that one. Here is McGarvey against the goalkeeper, and he's done it 3-0. Straight through Blair. Only 11 minutes of the game remaining, and with the likes of Bobby Glennie having been thrown forward by Dundee, that gap was open, and look how well it was exploited by Celtic. The lovely touch on to McGarvey, the run forward, the 1-to-1, and he made no mistake by doing the simple thing. He hit it straight, and it went right through the keeper. Fraser to Kidd. Neatly struck pass by Cammy Fraser. That's a good one, surely that's a goal this time. Eric Sinkler. And what he had threatened to do once or twice, he's done in the dying seconds. 3-1. Well, that ball very cleverly and deftly put through by Cammy Fraser, and what Eric Sinkler had promised to do